What if I told you April just delivered Hamilton's slowest spring market in over a decade? Yet some savvy buyers are actually winning big. Stay tuned because this month's numbers are telling a story that could shape the rest of 2025. In fact, one Hamilton neighborhood saw a 48% increase in home sales this month, while most others are seeing massive decreases. Let's take a deeper look. My name is Morgan Little. I'm a realtor here in Hamilton. If I can ever do anything to help in your journey through this unpredictable market, feel free to book a call. There's a link below, or simply shoot me a text and I'm happy to have a chat. Now let's get into this update that could potentially save or make you thousands. Starting off with a statement from the Realtors Association of Hamilton and Burlington. Uncertainty surrounding tariffs continues to weigh on the local housing market. The influx of new listings and slower sales has caused inventory levels to climb, and we are seeing that impact on home prices on varying degrees throughout local communities. With both the provincial and the federal elections behind us, we're hoping that renewed government focus on housing could provide additional support for buyers in the coming months, improving affordability and restoring buyer confidence, paving the way towards a more balanced market. Let me know your thoughts below. Now that the election hype has blown over and hopefully we can get back to some sort of normalcy from all this tariff talk, do you think the market will start to get back to some sort of balance? And if you're a buyer or seller who's been waiting to see how things shake out, has your confidence level gone up at all at this point? Let me know below. And now the numbers, where there were 511 homes sold in the city of Hamilton in April. That's down 20% from last year and a whopping 36% from what we would normally expect in an April. Every area saw sales drop except for Dundas, which actually saw an increase of 48% compared to this time last year. And at the same time, we saw 1,287 new listings hit the market. So while buyers are continuing to hesitate, more would-be sellers are listing their properties. This has pushed our total inventory level up 36.5% to 2,126 homes for sale, and our months of supply to over 4. So we are officially in a buyer's market and the highest April supply Hamilton's seen in many years. But what about prices? Slipping, but not everywhere. The average home in Hamilton came in at $791,384, down just 3.2% year over year. While the benchmark price, which is a little bit more of a stable number, came in at $733,000, down 6%. But let's break it down because not all property types are feeling the same heat. The benchmark price for detached homes was $826,000, down 3%. Semis were at $732,500, also down 3%. Row homes, $624,000. And row homes just over $430,000, which took the biggest hit, down 7%. I've been out viewing condos with clients lately, and I gotta say there's a few gems kind of just sitting there on the market ready to be scooped up by the right person. If you are in the market, feel free to hit me up. I'm happy to share those. So why the overall slowdown? Well, there's one major culprit, obviously the uncertainty around tariffs and trade policy. This has created a bit of a ripple effect in Hamilton, especially since steel and manufacturing are such large local industries. When buyers or sellers are feeling uneasy about jobs and wages, they put a pause on big decisions like moving. But here's the upside. But more like when we do see these economic worries ease and buyer confidence surges back, this is creating a unique opportunity for those who are ready to buy now. And I emphasize if you're ready, because would you rather buy when you have more choice than you've ever had before and you have room to negotiate with sellers who are really maybe wanting to sell at this point? Or would you rather be jumping into the market when everyone else is doing so? Just something to keep in mind. But remember, not every area is hurting. Ancaster saw its average price jump 24% to $1.33 million. And Glanbrook also posted a modest growth of 2.5%. On the flip side, places like Hamilton Mountain and East Hamilton saw average prices drop between 6 and 11%. But that being said, these are also the areas that are seeing the most activity. I just went through an experience last week with clients I have. We bid on a property on the mountain, a nice classic bungalow. It was dated, so needed upgrading, but perfect layout, great bones, all that good stuff. It was listed at the magic number of $599, but we knew it wasn't going to actually sell for that. We went in with a pretty healthy offer. We did have an inspection condition, but we ended up lifting that because we were in a bidding war. And it went back and forth a few times, and I could see my clients were somewhat getting a little emotional about it. So I had to talk with them and said, let's take the emotion out of it. We're in a market where you don't need to be getting caught up in a massive bidding war. There are plenty of houses in the sea. And so we ended up not winning the bidding war, but walking away happy and not having them overreach out of their budget when it's not necessary. Contrary to what the buyer who won the bidding war did. I don't know their situation, but the fact is that they had conditions which they dropped. They upped their price a few times so that they could win it. Maybe they really just wanted that house, or maybe they had the means and it didn't matter. But that's something that can be avoided in this market. It's not necessary. And like I said, as you can see here, Hamilton market does continue to be the most active in the region by far. And as you can see here, the price point between $600 and $799 is the most active as well. It's seeing the most activity. So if you are selling in that bracket, pricing correctly is key right now. And if you're buying right now, like I just said, getting caught up in a bidding war is not necessarily. There are plenty of houses in the sea, with inventory on the mountain being up almost 57% from last year. Just be sure to work with an agent who understands this and understands your needs. So whether you're thinking of upsizing, downsizing, or buying your first place, this might be one of the most buyer-friendly markets we've seen in over a decade. But having a plan is essential. If I can do anything to help in your journey, like I said, feel free to book a call. The link is below. You can send me a text. I'm happy to have a chat. Until then, I'll see you on the next one.